Hello students, today we are going to discuss some of the definition before understanding the unit. In 10th standard, unit 16, economic liberalization and globalization. Before going to start the unit, it is necessary for all of us to learn some of the terminology. Among them, the first one is the monetary policy. The government policy which is related to control and supply of the money in the market is called the monetary policy. Monetary policy is related to money, to either control and to supply. This will be known as the monetary policy. Next one is the fiscal policy. The policy of government related to income and expenditure. How much income is to get and how much expenditure is there, that will be considered is fiscal policy. And third one is the industrial policy. Government's policy about the foundation and development of industry is called industrial policy. And the most important one is the liberalization. Actually, liberalization means liberty. Liberty in to give, and also the relaxation is to provide in the government rule for the economic development. So relaxation in restriction which are imposed by the government in economic interaction of the people is called liberalization. Government promotes the development of the industries, reducing the imposed restriction from the market is called liberalization. Government will reduces the restriction and they will try to encourage economic development, and that is why this is known as the liberalization. Next, privatization. Privatization is a process of handling over the ownership of the state owned industries to private owner. For example, some of the industries, for example, in Gujarat, nowadays, earlier that was the GEB, Gujarat Electricity Board, nowadays PGVCL, JETCO, and etc. because they all are handed over to this private sector, and some of may be possible in near future government will also handle over the railway to the private sector for the betterment according to them. This process will be considered as the privatization. Next one is the globalization. The process of connecting the national economy with the global economy is called globalization. Our economy will be direct connected with the global economy. This will be considered as the globalization. That is why whatever the rate will be considered as the international level, which smoothens the mobilization of the commodities, services, labor among the nation. Next one is the World Trade Organization, an organization that was incepted by the UN to promote international trade is called World Trade Organization, which was established in 1995, 1st January at Geneva. So, Geneva in Switzerland. So, this is called World Trade Organization. Hello students, we are going to discuss one of the short note which is too much important in Unit 16, Economic Liberalization and Globalization. So, short note on the liberalization policy in India. Now, the question is, what is liberalization? Liberalization means a policy in which uplifting of the restriction from the market gradually in order to encourage the economic development. Government will reduce gradually whatever the restrictions are imposed upon it, and they will try to control on private sector and encourages economic development. This is known as economic liberalization. Main economic reforms related to liberalization which were made in the earlier period are as follows. There were reservations for 18 industries, and for the industries other than them, there was compulsory to take government permission, but this permission now eliminated. So it was the introduced as a part of the economic reform in 1991. License system, as we had already told you, was removed from all the industries except the industries falling reserved with public sector. Policy of the reservation is also discarded, but policy of the reservation in railway, defense and nuclear are always with the government. So compulsory registration policy, that was also removed. The industries which neither causes pollution nor harms environment are kept free from any central government permission for the foundation. For example, if you want to establish any kind of the industry and such type of the industry is not creating any kind of the pollution and there will be no harmfulness in the environment, then at that time there will be no requirement for the permission for the foundation. Now, what are the results for this? As a part of the result, economic liberalization has increased the industrial production, and that is why export is also increased. Foreign exchange and infrastructure facilities are also increased. Though policy of the liberalization is introduced, it fails to remove poverty and unemployment. Further, monopoly, economic inequality, foreign debts, everything were increased. Here we shall discuss the meaning of the liberalization again and which are the benefits. Liberalization, as we had already discussed, that the relaxation in the restriction and regulations from the economic interactions of the people. Government will reduce the restrictions from the private sector by introducing the industrial policy to encourage development. This is called the liberalization. Liberalization, in short way, we can say that to give liberty, more and more liberty to the private sector, and whatever the restriction, whatever the too much rigid norms will be removed by the government, so that particular sphere, field will flourish. And policy of the liberalization is the trade-free policy where consumer, producer, tradesman enjoy freedom in the decision making. There will be no any kind of the restriction by the government when you are going to take any decision regarding your production. Such type of the liberty earlier was not provided by the government because there was a direct restriction, and this restriction after the arrival of the liberalization was removed. Now, which are the benefits of the liberalization? Now we will go for it. As a result of the liberalization, private sector has got an opportunity to make unconstrained development, which led to increase in the production. Now what happened? In the earlier part, because of the restriction, there was too much restriction in the production. That is why production was not possible according to the requirement of the owner. But now there is liberty in making the decision. Now second one, because of the accepting the policy of the liberalization, global trade started getting an impetus, and there has been increase in the global trade. Now third one, because of the increase in the foreign trade, there has been increase in reserve foreign exchange. So it is also a good sign as far as the economy is concerned, because if the foreign reserve is increased, our economy definitely will be uplifted in future. International infrastructure facilities increased due to liberalization. Hello students, another one of the important short note of unit 16 is privatization. Now what is privatization? Privatization means to submit ownership or management of public sector industries to the private sector. Whatever public sector is to be submitted to the private sector has been known as privatization. For example, nowadays, as we know that earlier Gujarat Electricity Board, nowadays it is going to be divided in so many like PGVCL, JETCO, MGVCL, all are at least limited private sector. And which are the advantages of the privatization? There is increase in number of the production unit in industrial sector, because in privatization a person or a private company can take decision very easily. Obviously production will automatically be increased. As production has been increased in capital intensive and consumable commodities due to privatization. In privatization, what will happen? Actually, their main goal is only to generate capital. So it is capital intensive. So obviously, consumable commodities will also increase because of the privatization, and non-consumable commodities automatically will be decreased. Working capacity of the public sector has improved due to privatization of public sector enterprise, because in the earlier part some of the norms of the government in which there is too much restriction. That is why whatever the efficiency in public sector an employee cannot show, but because of the privatization such type of the restriction is removed. That is why this sector is also improved. Now there are advantages as well as the disadvantages of the privatization. Among them, the first is economic power has centralized as a result of privatization, because of which evil of monopoly has increased. Now what happened? After arrival of the privatization, for example, any commodity is going to be produced, and if there is monopoly, now what will happen? Because of the single production by a single company, then they will take misadvantage of it. They will, because of the monopoly, they will take too much rupees, and it is the harmful to all of us. Cottage industries have not developed properly due to privatization. Nowadays, as we know that most of the people who are living in the village, because of the privatization, they are not getting enough opportunity, and so cottage industries in which small business was flourishing, nowadays because of the privatization approximately stopped. Actually, the big fish had already engulfed small fishes. Only large industries have been benefited. Nowadays, as you know that, especially in the field after the arrival of the Geo, even the small private company like Vodafone and Ideas are going to be engulfed, and already the public sector BSNL is already on the verge of an extinct. Prices have not remained under control due to privatization. This led to a problem of price rise. And may be possible, as we know that, as I have given the example of the Geo, may be possible if there is only a Geo company in the market, then there will be the monopoly. Thereafter they will start to exploit each and every one. So such type of the thing of the privatization is also disadvantageful.